It's saying I'm live, so I'm hoping I'm live. Um, that thumbnail was rough, but I am on my webcam now. So I figured that I'm going to just go a little bit live and showcase you some more of my games. You guys have more video content from me, especially for lacking yesterday. I don't want my iPhone storage to be the problem of everything. So as I reset my phone and figure out everything else, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys tune in and check out me doing some of my YouTube some of my PlayStation readings. So I have some more PlayStation games that you guys can check out, which I think I might have mentioned none of these in the list, which is good. And again, you don't have to be interested in any of this. I do have my AC on, so hopefully it's not too loud, but I have it on like continuation, so it's not gonna like turn on and off or make any noise. And yeah, so let's get back into it, guys. I do have Dreams. So Dreams is a video game on PS4 that you can basically create your own video game or play other people's created video games inside the game. So they give you like a bunch of tools on how to make your own video game. So you can make like a fighting game like Mortal Kombat. You can make a puzzle game. You can make Tetris if you wanted to, if you know how to do that. You can make movies. So if you want to make like an actual like animation of something, you could do that. I always try playing it, but it just gives me a lot of what's the word? It just gives me a lot of vertigo, I guess, or it just gets me like really dizzy when I play it because you play in a 3D world and you have to like move the world around, and like I play it in VR usually because it's a lot better to see. So yeah, it gets me really dizzy when I play it. But that's Dreams on the PS4. We also got Fallout 4 right there. Fallout is a really good game. This is where you play as a basically like a settler, like back in the day in like the retro like 80s, 90s. And this is like when like nuclear and bomb shelters were a little bit more popular. And yeah, that's what happens. The guy, the protagonist in this, which is you, goes into a shelter with your family, with your wife and kid, or your husband and kid, whoever you play as, whatever gender. Yeah, they just have you do that, and it like gets hit by the nuclear strike, and then you get frozen in time. But your son gets taken away from you. So, and hey, Sandy, what's up? Hi, Cindy. See your comment too. Haven't seen you in a little bit, Sandy. I think I've seen you on like a recent video, but hi, nice seeing you. We also got Bloodborne. Bloodborne's another really fun one. It's from the Dark Souls series. Bloodborne, you basically go in as like this type of guy with like an axe and a shotgun. And you have to fight like a bunch of different enemies. But it's more of like a from point A to point B to point C to point D to point E kind of game. And you just have to keep getting stronger all the way there, but you have to literally do all the attacks. So you have to like if somebody swings a sword, you have to wait for them to swing the sword and either block it or jump out of the way. Um, Playing the game like fast and pressing the buttons fast doesn't work. You've got a lot of patience in this game. And yes, Sandy, hi. Well, I'm happy to have you. Please stick around. The video won't be too long, so I'll definitely be here for a little bit. But I'm really happy to have some viewers that do tune in when they see my face. So, and I'm really happy to see yours when I see your comment back pop up. Definitely see you a lot more unique. You got Dead Rising, Frank's Big Package. Ironically, I do not play this game whatsoever. I have it. I always loved every single Dead Rising game since I was a kid. And this one specifically, it's like one of the last ones I put in the series, and it was only supposed to be on Xbox. Dead Rising was only on Xbox, but this game sold so bad that they actually ended up having to bring it over to PS4. Um, and with this game, you play as this guy in the middle. You basically fight in a mall, and you return to the first mall that you ever played in the game, but they've remodeled it and restructured it and made it nothing of what the first game was. And now instead of you playing in the mall, you play in the mall and the town around it, and it's just not as interesting as it used to be. So definitely a lot more different too. They took out a lot of mechanics. So I've yet to really play through this game. I've yet to really beat it. I get really bored of this game fast, and it sucks because it has a lot of content to it, and I still yet to really pick it up and have a good time. Besides dropping more stuff, I have home sweet home because I am a horror addict. I love playing things that get my adrenaline pumping. With this game, I haven't played it all the way through because it actually is one of the scariest games I've ever played, and that's only because I play it in VR. So you can play it in the regular, just on TV, but I've dedicated myself to only playing it in VR because I want to just set a challenge, and I've yet to finish the game because it is so terrifying to play in this world, um, theoretically speaking. And yeah, no, he plays like this guy who is doing like what's the word? Um, who like basically goes to try and find like his girlfriend, I think, in like a big like museum, and he's kind of having like these weird nightmares, and you're like playing as him. But again, I have never really played this game through besides a little bit of it. Really good game though. It's good. It's just really scary, and I'm stuck on one part. Have you ever thought about making ASMR in gaming videos? I have thought about making them, but I just don't know what the demographics are of my audience yet. So I don't mind doing it, but I don't want my community of subscribers to think that I'm only gaming. Like, I definitely have a lot of knowledge when it comes to gaming. I could probably lay down even more, but I want to be able to reach out to everyone while also being able to reach out to my gaming community. Lord, my phone is blowing up now that I'm not using it for a YouTube video. Um, Next, we have Dark Souls 2. This is another really good one of mine. Scholar of the First Sin. Like the other Bloodborne game, you start out as as like just a character, and you get to choose out of like 8 different sorts of people that you want to be. And you kind of go from point A to point B, collecting new weapons, fighting new enemies. But they have some really scary bosses. Like they have some like giant, massive tyrants, and they have like big axe wielding guys, and they're human sized. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's all in real time motion. So it's not like as if you have to press X and then it'll jump you out the way. You have to like really decide which way you're pulling out. It's one of the most realistic type fighting games. It's really fun, and you have a lot of patience to play. We also have a Skyrim VR. I have both regular Skyrim and Skyrim VR, and it's crazy because I've never really beat the game, but I've played it a bunch of times. Um, the VR though, I was so excited to get because I was like, "Whoa!" It's like the one thing where you can actually feel like you're inside the realm of the game, and I have a blast playing this. Just get a lot of nausea and get really dizzy. Um, and motion sickness. That's the word I was trying to use earlier. But motion sickness gives me a lot of motion sickness because I mean obviously it's VR, and I can play this for like a good 2 3 hours and like feel like I walked 3 miles and I've sat on my couch the whole time. So definitely weird to the brain, but it is such a cool game to play. I think I have my own house in this. It's really cool. I'm my own kid. So we got a lot of stuff. But you basically play as a guy and you can be a wizard or a knight or whatever you want to be. And yeah, you just fight enemies, you gain XP and money, and you live in basically like this whole world. And you can do a bunch of missions, or you can go live in a village. Whatever you want to do, you can actually go do it. It's really fun. This is a good game for everybody until dawn. You have your own PS4, which I'm sure you do because they give the game out like candy. I think I got it for cheap too, like $12, 18. Oh, it's definitely less than that now. But Until Dawn is your own horror movie maker, basically. They have you play as like 8 different kids, as you can see at the bottom. There's like 8 different dots there. 8 different kids that you play as, teenagers, and it's all cliche like movie like references. So like Evil Dead, like kids trapped in the cabin, kind of like a cabin in the woods, kind of customization. Like they pick out whatever you do, so all your decisions in the game they matter. So at the beginning, like if you don't like you kill like a squirrel by accident by like when you're like playing with the guns at the shooting range instead of shooting the can, then you might not have the squirrel help you out later on in the game, or it might not knock down the certain thing that you need to fight the killer, something like that. But it's a really really cool game. Got to make good decisions. You can walk out of there with all your people surviving, or you can walk out of there with 2 people surviving, or you could be the last survivor, or you could just die and the movie ends. A really good game. I do recommend it. But it is one of those things that once you play it, you play it through the first time, probably not going to pick it up again because you already know everything that's going to happen. Next, we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Very, very, very good game of mine. I love this. I came with Modern Warfare. They actually hate this game in the Call of Duty and shooting community. I would not doubt it. It isn't the best type of game, and it has a lot of like exaggeration with shooting, and it's just oversaturated. Shooting games are very, I mean, you get the same game of just shooting next person over. It's just about how it looks and plays now, and people do not really like when it's super futuristic and like ray guns here and over just anything that's like doesn't make in like so much sense and isn't so real. People get a little bit more upset about. Um, I enjoyed this game for the zombies portion, and that was pretty bad. Like zombies in Spaceland, and then they had like them go into different movies and fight on different maps and movies. I've done that in different videos, so if you want to go check that out, you can. It's a really good game, even with the zombies. I loved the hell out of this game for the zombies. I just know that other people wouldn't probably smack me across the face if I said that. But it is still a very good game if you like to play zombies, if you like to play something over and over and over and over and over again. They are dying out though, so when you go on there and play online, it's not like you're going to have games happen as fast, and they're not going to be as fun because they're usually like people with poor internet connections, unfortunately. We Happy Foo, We Happy Foo. With We Happy Few, this is about a game about how you're basically this Englishman or British man or whatever. Englishman, there you go, 'cause it's in England. You basically are in this like city retro 1960s, so not everything's built, and you have to like take medicine basically to like be kind of like delirious and be like in a happy high. And if you're not, then people come and like chase you down and they're mad at you. They had so much potential with this game, and it bombed. I didn't know that until I bought the game after, like, 3 years it came out, and then I bought it at the store really discounted, and I was so excited to play it 'cause I was like, "Oh my god, I got the game that they were talking about back in the day." And I played it, and I watched reviews on it afterwards, and they were like, "No, dude, this game actually sucks." And it's fun, but I couldn't finish it. It was a lot of heavy accents, which aren't bad. Like I'm not against anybody having like a different language or accents. However, the game was just so heavy. Like it was more of like a English speaking, English sounding, but so much accent that you had to look at the subtitles. And the subtitles, it's like, well, then what am I playing? Am I playing like a Japanese game with subtitles? Because I wasn't aware that I was doing that. Not bad, of course. It's I don't know. It's just not. You want it to be fluent, easy for you to pick up on. That's what my expectations were. I could have been set up on so much better expectations if I would watch the review on the game. That was when they were having like real cheap. Because that one says 27.99. I didn't buy it for 30 bucks. They definitely had it on one of those deals. Like if you buy 5 pre-owned games, it's only 10 bucks. So I'm pretty sure I got it for 10 bucks for the worth of 30. Um, Dishonored. Dishonored 2 actually. Another one I haven't been able to play. People said it was a really good game. It looks really good, and I was even bought into buying it. But I bought the first one, and it wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. This is about a game like where you're an assassin, so it's one of those like you have to walk really slow, have to walk in the dark, and people are walking around this big area, and you have to walk up behind them and like hit them on the head or whatever, or you can kill them, or you could do like special things to like knock them out of the way. And games like these, I have fun with. Like a Hitman game, I can have fun with, but this game I just couldn't get into. I couldn't. I don't. I because I seen that like if you kill too many people, then you get in. Then they like give you the bad ending. But if you don't kill people, then they give you a good ending. But it's so hard not to kill people. Like it's so hard because they chase you down. So it's like, what do I do? And then like the second you get caught, and it's a long game that took me to play, and I kept playing over and over again to try and get it, and I just can't get it. I might not be like a sneak kind of guy in video games, even though I like sneak games. Um, I couldn't get into it. But this game, I was able to get into a little bit more, which I'm sure any gamer is like shaking their head, like, "Oh, that's your taste." But this is actually a fun Naruto game. I used to be a huge Naruto fan, and with this game, they had it where you could be your own ninja. So you could dress up as your own, and then take the abilities from some of the other ninjas, and then like put them on yours, and they had outfits, and you can customize it. And it was a lot of fun doing that, and the leveling up system and the games, and you play 4 versus 4 online, and on different maps, and it was repetitive. I had a good time, for sure. Had a good time. Getting down to our last 2 games, guys. We have Dark Souls 3, so we have Bloodborne, we have Dark Souls 2, and now we have Dark Souls 3. I do have all copies of the game. I have the other one, the first remastered, but it's on my system. Just somehow figure out how to put on there. We do have Dark Souls 3. With Dark Souls 3, it's basically the same thing, just from beginning to end. Plot lines for these things are there. There's like a plot. I just don't ever understand it. I'm sure I do, but I don't even want to talk about it because in case I'm wrong, I don't want to. I don't know. But it is a really good game. I'd like to think that I would say it's like get from point A to all the way to point Z, and you have to go to a bunch of different places in order to get there, and you just have to basically beat the last final boss, who's really tough. And by the time you're done playing this game and you beat it, you'll be an expert of video games. These games taught me how to play video games so much more, just by being patient and like thinking a little bit more critically. And our last game, which I'm pretty honored to say, is Naruto Storm 4. I've never been a fan of the Naruto games like that. I thought they were always cool, but playing as the same 8 characters for like 10 years in a row kind of gets old. This game, however, sums them all up. This one has over nothing here tells me how many players it has, but I am almost certain that they have over like 50 different characters that you can play as. One of the most amount of characters that you could ever play as in a video game is definitely in this game, which I love because I'm such a big fan of the series. It's sad that they ended it so they ended it. It took forever for it to end, and then they ended it so fast in the way that they did it. So definitely missed out on a lot of key concepts and morals that I was hoping for, but still an amazing, amazing, amazing game. If you're looking for any of the Naruto games, I'd say pick up this one because you get the most amount of characters in that one, most important, um, and most amount of like costumes and stuff. So around Dark Souls 2 and Home Sweet Home, so you guys can get a big look at my catalog. And hopefully you enjoyed this video with me today. Again, we're going to recap all the games, so if you are interested in picking up any or you want to talk to people about it, you have Dreams, which is a video game creating game, Fallout 4, where you basically have guns and weapons, and you are just a person, you have to go explore the world. Bloodborne, you have to go explore like the new Fallout world. Bloodborne is a point A to point Z. You have to fight a bunch of characters and just keep leveling up, and you have to get better with your skill in order to complete the game. Dead Rising 4, Frank's Big Package, blows. Not one of my favorite games out there, but if you do want to pick it out, it's about zombie fighting in a mall, and you use all sorts of items from like a fence to wood planks to a pillow. Any item you can think that they have it. Home Sweet Home is a point A to point B game. You have to be, I don't know, you have to just basically run away from like scary things and complete tasks. And sometimes you have to like go to the back of the closet to go grab an item, but then you have to walk back from the closet. And I mean, you don't have to walk from the closet. You get what I mean. You have to basically run away from the scary monster that chases you around and hide from it. I'm really scared to play in VR. Dark Souls 2 is another one where it's a hack and slash with the sword. You fight a bunch of characters, and yeah, you just basically level up until you can fight the big boss at the end. Skyrim VR, you can basically live a second life in this game as a swordsman or fighting dragons, whatever you like. If you're that type of person, you could get that done there. Until Dawn, really good movie maker, basically like a scary movie maker. If you ever want to like watch your own scary movies, or make your own, or feel like you're a part of it, Until Dawn is a great selection. You got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, also another really good selection for shooters. It's not going to be really fun online, and a lot of other people say that the game's not fun, but I say give it a chance. We Happy Few, really good game if you're really like bored and you don't have any money. Otherwise, it's not the best game out there. It's about you trying to get from point A, trying to escape an island of people being crazy and being addicted to drugs. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it because it was not that good. It's definitely not a game I'd recommend you checking out. Dishonored 2, a sneak game. You have to basically get like you have to get redeem yourself as being a king or the assistant to the king. You have to prove to everybody that you're not an assassin by assassinating people. Yeah, it's another reason I don't really like the game. Naruto Shippuden, Shinobi Striker. You get to be your own ninja and fight against other ninjas online. Dark Souls 3. Another hack and slash with the sword or with a magic wand. But again, it's up to you on how you want to use that. And then you just have to power up till you get to the end. And finally, you got Naruto Ninja Storm, another Naruto fighting game, kind of like Mortal Kombat. Pick out your two characters and you fight them together. You can play that with your friends, or you can play online, whatever you choose. Other than that, I really appreciate you coming in and checking in with me. And yeah, thanks, guys. Bye.